Good evening to everyone. Let us start from where we stopped yesterday. So, we were discussing the concepts of numbers, properties of numbers, and the questions on that. So, let us read this question number 34. If M and O, P, Q, R are the integers, then M multiplied by N plus O multiplied by in the bracket P minus Q must be even. Then which of the following number is even? Yesterday I told you if one of the number in the product is even और बाकी के number कुछ भी हो तो whole product will be even. Okay. So if you're looking at this particular expression, if m का value even है तो पूरा expression even हो जाएगा. Even अगर n का value भी even दिया होता because n plus 0 is nothing but n. So since we have given m in option A, so that is your answer. That is your answer option. Okay, let us discuss question number 35. N is a negative number. Which of the following is the least? सबसे छोटा क्या होगा? N is a negative number. देखो, if you have seen the numbers on number line, 0 divides the number line into two equal parts. And all the numbers on the left side of a 0 are negative number and they are negative. They are negative. Okay. So 0 is not the least because all negative numbers are less than 0. So 0 to nahi hoga. Now n is a negative number. If you are taking negative ka negative, then it will become positive. So this is also not a least number. Ye bhi gaya. Now if you take the square of negative number, it is always positive. Minus 4 square, that will be equal to plus 16. So this is also not the least number. So your answer will be 2n because n is a negative number. N is a negative number. You again, what we can do, let us consider that n is minus 3. Now minus 3 is least, so 0 is not your answer. So minus 3 ka minus 3, that will be equal to plus 3. So this is not the least number. Minus 3 square, that will be equal to 9. So this is not the least number. But 2 into minus 3, that is minus 6. So ये सबसे छोटा होगा. So this is your answer. Now, look at this question number 36. What this question is saying, x minus y is equal to 8. Then which of the following must be true? Which of the following must be true? Okay. So x minus y, that is given as 8. X minus y is 8. Now what they are asking, which of the following must be true? Both x and y are positive. Now see, must be, we have to respect this word must be. तो ये एक possibility हो सकता है. Suppose if I have taken this x as 12 and y as 4, then it must be 12 minus 4, that is equal to 8. But that is not always true because we don't know. We don't know exact values of x and y. Now x is positive, then y must be positive. Okay. If I'm taking x ka value 2 and y ka value 4, that is if you take the minus, then it will be minus 2. So second के बारे में भी हम नहीं कह सकते हैं. x is negative, then y must be negative. तो x अगर negative है, तो y must be negative. So in that particular case, so यहाँ पे हो सकता है. Okay, which of the following must be true? Okay, so try to give me the answer. Yes. Okay, x and y both are positive. X minus y is equal to 8. Now this result is positive. This result is positive. Now if this result is positive, ये भी positive होना चाहिए, ये भी positive होना चाहिए, and x is in this particular case, x should be greater than y. X should be greater than y. Okay. If x is positive, then y must be. Yes. Yes, mute yourself, yes. Okay. So now see, x is a positive एंड y मस्ट बी पॉजिटिव। x अगर पॉजिटिव अगर है तो y भी पॉजिटिव होना चाहिए। अगर ये 4 है तो ये 2 रहेगा तो -2 होगा, लेकिन ये 12 है तो ये -4 है, तो ये आंसर आपका 8 आएगा। एंड दैट शुड बी द, एंड y शुड बी पॉजिटिव इन दैट पर्टिकुलर केस। अगर x नेगेटिव है, x नेगेटिव है, ओके, तो y भी नेगेटिव अगर होगा तो आपका आंसर शायद गलत आ सकता है। दिस इज -12, सो माइनस माइनस ऑफ 4 अगर लिया तो -12 प्लस 4, दैट विल बिकम -8। सो तीसरा मेरा आंसर ऑप्शन में नहीं होना चाहिए, सो दैट इज नॉट माय आंसर। सो योर आंसर मस्ट बी 1 एंड 2, 1 एंड 2, सो ऑप्शन सी। ओके, now let us come to question number 37. If x and y both are negative, then which of the following statement is always true? Always true बोला है। Okay. Now x and y both अगर negative है, the product of two negative numbers is always positive. Always keep this in mind. Minus x into minus y, that will be equal to plus of xy. When the product of two negatives, that is always positive. So x into y is a positive. 2 तो definitely true होना चाहिए. On that basis, I can eliminate option C, option D, and option 1 also. So this is your answer. Always keep this in mind. If product of two negative numbers is always positive, और हमें बोला था कि which of the following is always true. So this is always true. And again, look at the option. On the basis of option, you can eliminate the wrong options. So एक ही आपका बचता है, that is B. B only. X into Y will be positive. Now, I'm giving you some time to think about these two questions, 38 and 39. Yes, take your time and try to give me the answer in the chat box. If n is equal to 1 plus x, where x is a product of four consecutive positive integers, yes, then which of the following must be true? तो ये x का वैल्यू क्या है? दिस x is equal to the product of four consecutive positive integers. So you can take any example. Suppose if I took this four consecutive positive integer as 1, 2, 3, 4, and if I am taking the product of this, the product of this will be 24. So this is the value of x. So what will be your value of n? That is 1 plus 24. That is equal to 25. So 25 is what? 25 is an odd number. First of all, this is an odd number. And this is a perfect square again. This is a perfect square again. ओके, नाउ ये एक के केस में वेरीफाई हो रहा है। दूसरा एक केस लेके देखते हैं हम। सपोज इफ आई हैव टेकन द कॉन्सिक्यूटिव फोर कॉन्सिक्यूटिव इंटीजर्स एट 2, 3, 4, 5, if I took the product of this, okay, 2 3s are 6, 6 4s are 6 4s are 24, 24 5s are, this is 120, so x का वैल्यू यहाँ पे 120 हो जाएगा। So what will be the value of n? N will be 1 plus 120, so that is equal to 121. This is a odd number again, this is an odd number, and this is a perfect square also. Now which answer you will take then? Which of the following is true? Is or true? So n is a odd number, correct hai, and n is a perfect square. This is also correct. So your answer is option C. That is 1 and 3 only. 1 and 3 only. Now let us go to question number 39. If x is equal to 2 by 5y plus 3, then how does y changes when the x increases from 1 to 2? Hmm. Y में क्या changes होगा when it increases from 1 to 2? Now, if you took the value of x as 1, just put the value of x as 1 here. So, what you will get? 1 is equal to 2 by 5y plus 3. So, this 3 will come here. That will become minus 2, 2 by 5y. Okay, so this 2 will get cancelled. Y is equal to minus 5. Okay, so when x is equal to 1, then y is equal to minus 5. Now use x is equal to 2 here. X is equal to 2 तो क्या हो जाएगा? 2 is equal to 2 by 5y plus 3. Now 3 will come here with the minus sign. So 2 minus 3 is minus 1 is equal to 2 by 5y. So this y will be equal to minus 5 by 2. So when x is equal to 2, y is equal to minus 5 by 2. So what will be your answer? Y increases from, what should be the answer? Which one is greater? Minus 5 is greater or minus 5 by 2 is greater? Minus 5 by 2, minus 5 is greater or minus 5? Minus 5 by 2 is greater. नंबर लाइन का अगर सोचते हो तो माइनस फाइव इज लेस देन माइनस फाइव बाई टू सो द वैल्यू ऑफ y increases from minus 5 to minus 5 by 2. So this will be your answer. I hope you people understood this question. It's a very good question. और कहीं ना कहीं अगर आपको याद आ रहा होगा तो यू हैव डन दिस इन नाइन्थ स्टैंडर्ड, जहाँ पे पॉलिनोमियल एक चैप्टर लिया था आपने नाइन्थ स्टैंडर्ड में. ओके जैसे पी ऑफ वन निकालते थे आप, पी ऑफ टू निकालते थे, जीरोस ऑफ एनी पॉलिनोमियल निकालते थे, तो हो चुका है. दिस इज ऑल्सो डन इन द स्कूल. नाउ गिव मी द आंसर ऑफ क्वेश्चन नंबर 40 and 41. आई एम गिविंग यू सम टाइम टू थिंक ओवर दिस क्वेश्चंस. If x is a rational number and y is a irrational number, hmm, rational irrational numbers. Yesterday we discussed that real numbers are classified into two categories, that is rational numbers and irrational numbers. Always keep this in mind, my dear friends. Rational number plus irrational number. This is always irrational in nature. This is always irrational in nature. And if you take the product of rational number multiplied by irrational number, then that their product is also always irrational. Now, on this basis, try to give me the answer. Your x is rational and y is the irrational number. So, if you take the addition of them, that will be irrational in nature. And if you take this x multiplied by y, this is also irrational in nature. So, what should be your answer? Yes, very good. Yes. Now, if you are doubtful about this particular key, x plus y can either be rational or irrational. Suppose कोई rational number मैं ले रहा हूँ. Suppose if I am taking 2 plus if I am taking irrational number, that is 3, uh, 3 minus root 2. Okay. So this will be 5 minus root 2. This is irrational in nature. So don't think too much. So your answer is B. Both should be necessarily irrational in nature. Now question number 41. The difference between square of two consecutive integers is always equal to. देखो कितना प्यारा क्वेश्चन और ये हो चुका है आपका. How many of you know this expression? That is a square minus b square is what? A square minus b square is equal to a plus b into a minus b. So this is expression you studied from the right from 7th standard. So the difference between square of two consecutive. Now if a and b are consecutive numbers, so what will be the a minus b? This will be 1 only. This will be 1 if they are consecutive integers. Consecutive integer अगर है तो उनका difference one ही होगा. So if I am putting 1 here, so what I will get, a square minus b square is equal to simply a plus b. Now try to give me the answer. if the difference between the square of two consecutive rational integers is always equals to what? Sum of the two numbers, difference of the two numbers, and even number or product of two numbers, your answer will be sum of two numbers. A square minus B square is equal to A plus B. कोई एक एग्जांपल लेके देखते हैं. 7 square minus 6 square. How I can write the 7 square minus 6 square? It's 7 plus 6 into second bracket 7 minus 6. What is my second bracket? What is my second bracket? That is 1. So what I left with? That is 7 plus 6. That is equal to 13. 13 into 1, that is equal to 13. So 7 square minus 6 square is nothing but sum of their numbers, sum of the numbers. Okay. Now, try to give me the answer of these two questions. Use paper and pencil, my dear friends, and put your answers in comment box. Between two distinct rational numbers A and B, there exists another irrational number. This has been done at your school level. At your school level, दो रैशनल नंबर्स है आपके पास, तो उनके बीच का जो रैशनल नंबर है, तो वो कैसे नहीं, सपोज 2 and 3 है, 2 और 3 के बीच का रैशनल नंबर मुझे निकालना है. So what I will do, this will be 2 plus 3 divided by 2. What is that? 5 by 2. 5 by 2 is 2.5, which is in between this 2 and 3. So in this way, you can find the rational number. So your answer is A plus B divided by 2. A plus B divided by 2. Yes, very good, Yash. Now, if A is greater than B, then which of the following expression have the highest value? Given that A and B both are positive integers. कैंपस रिक्रूटमेंट में पूछा गया क्वेश्चन है, B is greater than A, then which of the following has the highest value? Both are positive integers. Now यहाँ पे सिचुएशन कैसे हो सकता है? Since B is greater than A, तो B का आप कुछ, see, if I am taking this value of B as 2, then value of I have to take 1, because B is greater than 1. So A minus B तो आपका definitely आंसर नहीं होगा, क्योंकि आपको हाईएस्ट आंसर पूछा है. So what will be A into B in this particular case? That is 1 into 2, that is equal to 2. And what will be A plus B? 1 plus 2, that is equal to 3. But if you take other values, B का अगर वैल्यू मैंने 3 लिया and A का वैल्यू 2 लिया, in this particular case AB will have the highest value. Now you are in dilemma now. When I'm taking the value of B as 2 and A as 1, then in that particular case AB is having the highest value. But when I'm taking another values of B and A, then their product is having the highest value. So what should be your answer? What should be your answer, my dear friends? Your answer is can't say. Can't say this is your answer, because we don't know the exact values of A and B. A and B की exact values मुझे पता नहीं है. All of you getting this what I'm saying? देखो, मैं फिर से explain करता हूँ. अगर B greater है, so if I was assume the value of B as 2 and value of A as 1, since both are positive integers, so what value of A, B I will get? A multiplied B, that is 1 multiplied by 2 is 2. And what is A plus B I will get? That is 1 plus 2, that will be equal to 3. So in this case, what I'm getting? Their addition is having highest value. But if I am taking the another values of b, that is b is 3 and a is 2, then I will get a into b, that is 2 multiplied by 3, that is equal to 6, and a plus b, that is 2 plus 3, that is equal to 5. Now here their product is having the highest value. So both options are given. But since I don't know the exact value of A and B, my answer will be can't say, cannot be determined. Data is insufficient to solve this question. Yes, it's a very good question. Now, come on, try to give me the answers here. Two questions are displayed. सभी ने पार्टिसिपेट करने की कोशिश करो. If x is less than, sorry, 0 is less than x and x is less than 1, then which of the following is the greatest? Which of the following is the greatest? इसका मतलब x का वैल्यू फ्रैक्शन में है. It is a fraction. So I got answer from Rishabh. Rishabh is saying B. C. So can I take the value of x as 1 by 2? क्या मैं ले सकता हूँ x का value 1 by 2? Yes, because see 1 by 2 is greater than 0 and less than 1. Now 1 by 2 के बारे में अप्लाई करके देखो सब चीजें. x is 1 by 2, हमें greatest पूछा है. 1 by 2 का वैल्यू होता है 0.5. Now what is x square? That is 1 by 4. 1 by 4 का वैल्यू हो जाएगा 2.0.25. What is 1 upon x? That is 1 upon 1 by 2. That will be equal to 2. And what is 1 upon x square? That is 1 upon 1 by 4. That is equal to 4. Now tell me which is highest value? Which is highest value? Greatest आपको पूछा है. So greatest value is option D. Option D is your answer. Option D is your answer. 4 is great. 4 is having the greatest value. 4 is the greatest among all these four options. Other than this, suppose if you assume 1 by 3, 1 by 3 is also greater than 0 and less than 1. So what will be this 1 by 3? 1 by 3 fraction नहीं है. X square, that means 1 by 3 square, that is 1 by 9. 1 upon 1 by 3, that is equal to 3. And 1 upon 1 by 3 square, that means 1 upon 9. 1 upon 1 by 9, that is equal to 9. So which is the greatest value again? Option D. Option D is your answer. Now, question number 45. If P is a positive fraction less than 1, कोई भी ले लो, comfortable हो 1 by 2 में, positive fraction है 1 by 2 ले लो. Now you have to check 1 upon P is less than 1. So what will be 1 upon 1 by 2? That is 2. Now is 2 is less than 1? 2 is less than 1? No, that is not true. 1 upon P. 1 upon P is a positive integer. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because 1 upon 1 by 2 will be, what is that? That will be 2, and this is an integer value. 2 is an integer value. P square is less than P. What will be P square? If you are taking fraction P as 1 by 2, P square will be 1 by 4. And 1 by 4 is less than 1 by 2. This is also true. Then this is also true. Because this 1 by 2 is 1 by 4 is what? 0.25, and 0.25 is less than 0.5. Yes, this is also true. Now, last 2 upon P. 2 upon 1 by 2 minus P is a positive number. And what is the P you are taking? That is 1 by 2. So 2 upon 1 by 2, that is 4. 4 minus 1 by 2. So 4 minus 1 by 2. This will be the positive number. This is not a number actually. This is a fraction you will get. This is a fraction you will get. This will be 8 minus 1, that is 7 by 2 you will get. So this is not a number, this is a fraction. So 1 upon p. So if you are taking 1 upon p, that is 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 का reverse, that will be 2. Positive integer ये है. But yes, positive integer hai. Yes, this is true. This is true. But we are confused about these two situations. P square is less than P. So these two options can be your answer. If you take another fraction, positive fraction, another fraction, if you're taking, if I'm taking 2 by 5, okay, सभी के लिए true होना चाहिए. Because 2 by 5 का value होगा 0.4. Yes, this is less than 1. Now if I'm taking 1 upon 2 by 5, so this will be 5 by 2. Oh, 5 by 2 is nothing but 2.5. So this is not an integer value. So ये कट जाएगा in that particular case. Your correct answer is this one. P square is always less than P. Because if you take the 2 by 5 square, so what will be the 2 by 5 square? That is 4 upon 25. And 4 upon 25 is less than 2 by 5. Yes, 4 upon 25 is less than 2 by 5. Okay, because अगर आप इस denominator same करते हो तो this will be 10 by 25, 10 by 25. So definitely this fraction is greater. ये question अगर आपको समझ में आया होगा तो say yes in a comment box. So whenever you are solving such kind of a conceptual question, you have to assume some values. और वो particular statement सभी values के लिए valid होना चाहिए. Now option B और C 1 by 2 के लिए valid हो रहा था, but if I am taking 2 by 5, this is not valid for all situations. So option B is not your correct answer. Now let us take question number 46 and 47. तो जैसे जैसे हम आगे जाएंगे वैसे वैसे questions आप देख रहे हो, these questions are becoming little bit more difficult, more complex. If x is a real number, then x square plus x plus 1 is. क्वेश्चन पढ़ के ऑप्शंस इलिमिनेट करो. कौन से ऑप्शन इलिमिनेट हो सकते हैं? यहाँ पे x इज अ रियल नंबर. अभी देखो ये इन दोनों में x इन्वॉल्व है, इसमें इन्वॉल्व नहीं है. दिस इज द कांस्टेंट टर्म, कांस्टेंट टर्म. तो इन दोनों का कुछ भी वैल्यू हो जाए, इन दोनों का कुछ भी वैल्यू हो जाए, दिस विल बी द वन विल बी देयर. तो ऑलवेज नेगेटिव वाला सिचुएशन जो ये कट जाएगा. दिस व्हाई हाउ दिस विल बी ऑलवेज नेगेटिव. यू कैन टेक रियल नंबर. अगर आपको लेना है एक बार फ्रैक्शन लेके देखो. ओके, इफ आई एम टेकिंग दिस एज अ फ्रैक्शन 1 by 2, इफ आई एम टेकिंग दिस 1 by 2 का स्क्वायर 1 by 4 हो जाएगा, प्लस 1 by 2 प्लस 1. if you add all this if you add all this, so अगर मैं इसका डिनोमिनेटर सेम कर दूं, इसको भी न्यूमरेटर डिनोमिनेटर से 2 से मल्टीप्लाई कर दूं, तो देन इट विल बी 1 by 4 plus 2 by 4 plus 4 by 4. So what is this value? This will be what? This will be 7 by 4. Now 7 by 4 is greater than 3 by 4. So ये भी हमारा आंसर नहीं हो सकता है. ओके, जीरो कैसे होगा? एटलीस्ट फॉर द वन वैल्यू ऑफ एक्स. जीरो तो डेफिनेटली नहीं होगा, वन तो आने ही वाला है आपका. दिस इज नॉट योर आंसर. सो योर आंसर विल बी greater than or equal to 3 by 4. Greater than or equal to 3 by 4. That should be your answer. Hmm. If I am taking a real number, if I am taking x ka value minus 1 by 2, then what will be the x square? That is plus 1 by 4 minus 1 by 2. एंड दिस इज 1. तो सबका अगर एडिशन करता हूं मैं, डिनोमिनेटर सबका 4 कर लेंगे हम. यहाँ पे 2 से मल्टीप्लाई करो, इस डिनोमिनेटर को 4 से मल्टीप्लाई करो. सो दिस इज 1 minus 2 plus 4. So what is this? 2 1 minus 2 is minus 1. So this is 3 by 4. This is 3 by 4. तो ये इक्वल टू 3/4 हो सकता है, ग्रेटर देन 3/4 हो सकता है, बट बाकी कौन से भी पॉसिबल नहीं है. सो ऑल दीज ऑप्शंस आर रॉन्ग. सो समटाइम्स यू हैव टू प्ले विद द ऑप्शंस. n is a natural number, then 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 7 plus 1 by n, this is also a natural number. Okay, natural number कभी fractions नहीं होते हैं. Then which of the following statement is not true? Which of the following statement is not true? तो पहले इन सभी का एडिशन कर लो. जस्ट डू द एडिशन ऑफ दिस फ्रैक्शंस. अगर मैं इनका एडिशन करता हूं, 1/2 प्लस 1/3 प्लस 1/7, इनका एलसीएम आ जाएगा 42. सो 42 के लिए मुझे 21 से मल्टीप्लाई करना पड़ेगा, या 14 एंड देन 6. सो दिस इज 21 प्लस 14 प्लस 6, that is equal to 35 plus 6, that is 41 by 42. 41 by 42. Now if I take the value of n as 42, okay, so what will happen? 41 plus 1, that is equal to 42 upon 42, that is equal to 1. And 1 is a natural number. 1 is a natural number. और मैं क्या ले सकता हूं? If I would have taken 40, देखो यहां तक का एडिशन मेरा कितना आ रहा है? 41/42. सो इफ आई एम टेकिंग 1/84, तो क्या हो जाएगा? 1/84 अगर लेता हूं तो यहाँ पे मुझे 2 से मल्टीप्लाई करना पड़ेगा, यहाँ से 1 से मल्टीप्लाई. सो दिस इज 82/84 प्लस प्लस 1/84. So what I am getting? 83/84. This is not a natural number. So n का वैल्यू 42 ही होना चाहिए. हमें क्या पूछा है? Which is not true. Which is not true. 42 is divisible by 2. Yes, it is. 42 is divisible by 3. Yes, it is. 42 is divisible by 7. Yes, it is. So which is not true? n is greater than 84. ये true नहीं है. n should be 42 in that particular case. If you understood this question, say yes in a comment box. अगर मुझे देखो, फिर से मैं बता रहा हूं, यहां तक का मेरा एडिशन कितना हुआ है? 41/42. नाउ इफ आई वांट टू मेक दिस एज अ नेचुरल नंबर, ये मुझे नेचुरल नंबर बनाना है, तो ये मुझे 42 ही चाहिए. सो दैट माय डिनोमिनेटर्स आर सेम, आई विल ऐड द न्यूमरेटर ओनली. 41 plus 1, that will be 42/42. What is the value of this? This is 1, and 1 is a natural number. सो n का वैल्यू 42 होगा. n का वैल्यू 42 मींस n इज डिविजिबल बाय 2. यस. n इज डिविजिबल बाय 3. यस. 7 डिवाइड्स n. यस. बट n इज नॉट ग्रेटर देन 84. दिस हैज टू बी योर आंसर, बिकॉज यहाँ पे नेगेटिव क्वेश्चन पूछा है माय डियर फ्रेंड्स. यस. नाउ नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चंस. नाउ we discuss up till now we discuss 47 questions on numbers. तो मुझे पूरा यकीन है कि now you got a good idea about the numbers, और अच्छा खासा काम होना शुरू हो गया है. If n is an integer, then how many values of n will give you integral value of? How many values of? बहुत ही अच्छा क्वेश्चन है. It's a very good question. How we can split this? बताओ मुझे पहले. Can I write this as 16n square upon n plus 7n upon n plus 6 upon n? First of all, tell me, मैं इस तरह से इसको split कर सकता हूँ क्या? Can I split this denominator in this fashion? Mention yes or no in the chat box, my dear friends. Yes, I can. इस तरह से डेफिनेटली हम स्प्लिट कर सकते हैं. नाउ हमें इंटीग्रल वैल्यू चाहिए दिस पूरे एक्सप्रेशन की. सो यहाँ पे n तो कट गया, यहाँ पे 16n आया, यहाँ पे भी कट गया. सो आई गॉट 7 हियर. तो नाउ आई रिक्वायर्ड दोज वैल्यूज ऑफ n which will exactly divide this 6. That means I want factors of 6. Now tell me which are the factors of 6. Which are those numbers divides 6? पहला नंबर तो 1 मैं बता देता हूँ, लास्ट वाला 6, because the smallest factor of any number is 1 and the largest factor of number is number itself. दूसरे बताओ बेटा, 2 and 3. Yes, these four values. For these four values of n, this whole expression will be the integer value. क्योंकि यहाँ पे तो integer value आ गई मुझे, यहाँ पे भी integer मिल गया मुझे. Now ये 6 divided by n में integer कब आएगा? Whenever I will take those values of n which divide this 6 exactly. And these are only four values of n that will divide 6 exactly. 6 divided by 1, I will get 6. 6 divided by 2, I will get 3. 6 divided by 3, I will get 2. 6 divided by 6, I will get 1. So your answer is how many integral value? They ask you how many values of n? How many values of n? Four values of n. So very good question. जो आपके फैक्टर का कंसेप्ट चेक कर रहा है, दैट चेकिंग योर कंसेप्ट ऑफ फैक्टर. Yes. Now, look at this question number 49. If P is greater than Q and R is less than 0, R is less than 0, what it means? R is less than 0, इसका मतलब R नेगेटिव भी हो सकता है. R is less than 0. Now, which of the following is true? Which of the following is true? Now, P is greater than Q. Now, here they यहाँ पे कुछ भी नहीं उन्होंने बोला है वेदर पी क्यू आर द पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव इंटीजर, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं बोला है, कुछ भी मेंशन नहीं किया है. नाउ इफ यू आर टेकिंग दिस पी आर लेस देन क्यू आर, देन पी आर क्यू क्यू आर दोनों साइड से अगर कट गया, सो व्हाट आई लेफ्ट विथ पी इज लेस देन क्यू, बट व्हाट इज द सिचुएशन गिवन हियर? पी इज ग्रेटर देन क्यू, सो दिस इज नॉट योर आंसर. अगर यहां से अगर आप बदल दे तो ये अगर चेंज कर दे तो व्हाट यू विल गेट अगेन? p is less than q, so this is also not your answer. If you are canceling this r from the both side because r का साइन सेम है, then what again you are getting? p is less than q, so what is your answer? None of these none of the given statement is true. Yes. Now question number 50. X is less than y and x is less than z and x is less than y also, then which of the following is necessarily true? देखो, x is less than z and x is less than y. Now, we definitely cannot say anything about this two. तो ये definitely ये तो आंसर आपका नहीं होगा. Suppose if I'm taking 4, 4 is less than 8, okay, and 4 is less than 5 also. तो ये उल्टा भी हो सकता है. Okay, तो यहाँ पे 8 is greater than 5. 8 is greater than 5. That means 5 is less. But this is not true for all cases. तो ये डेफिनेटली फर्स्ट वाला तो नहीं होगा. फर्स्ट वाला नहीं होगा तो ऑप्शन 1 कट गया आपका. नाउ एक्स स्क्वायर, अगर आप मल्टीप्लाई करते हो एक्स स्क्वायर इज ऑल्सो लेस देन वाई इंटू जेड. Now if you take this, okay, इनका प्रोडक्ट अगर ले लिया मैंने 4, 4 4s are what 16. And if I'm taking the product of this is 40. Now try to check it in all the situations. Okay. Suppose if I'm saying minus 4 is less than 2 and minus 4 is less than 1. If I take the product of this, what is the product of this? This is 16. And if you take the product of this will be 2. This will be 2. Is 16 is less than 2? No, it is not. So this is also not true in any situation. ओके, ये सभी सिचुएशन में ट्रू होगा ऐसा नहीं है, नेसेसरीली ट्रू बोला है. सो दिस इज ऑल्सो नॉट पॉसिबल. नाउ व्हाट दे आर सेइंग, z into x is less than y plus z. Okay, so if you are taking this particular situation, minus 4 is less than 2, so this is x and z I have taken, and x and y के लिए हम लेते हैं minus 4 is less than 1, then minus 4 multiplied by 2, that will be equal to minus 8. Minus 8 is less than 2 plus 1, that is equal to 3. Minus 8 is less than 3. ये करेक्ट है. दूसरे सिचुएशन में लेते हैं. एक्स जेड, सपोज अगर मैंने ये 2 लिया, 2 इज लेस देन 5 एंड एक्स वाई मैंने यहाँ पे ले लिया, 2 इज लेस देन 3 ऑल्सो. ओके, सो व्हाट आई विल गेट, एक्स जेड. एक्स जेड क्या मिलेगा मुझे, 2 into 5, that is what, 10. And y plus z. If I am taking y plus z, that is equal to 8. Now, is 10 is less than 8? No, this is also not true. So your answer is none of this. So you have to check the variance of each and every statement by taking, assuming some values. Okay. Now, let us go for these questions. And if देखो तीनों क्वेश्चंस कहीं ना कहीं कैंपस रिक्रूटमेंट्स में पूछे गए वाले क्वेश्चंस है. And if this meeting is ending, then join the meeting again for the last 15 minutes. In the relation x is greater than y plus z, x plus y greater than p, and z is less than p, which of the following is necessarily true? This is the trend of asking the questions. Okay, इस तरह के questions definitely आपको पूछे जाते हैं. Now, x is greater than y plus z, then x plus y is greater than p, and z is less than p, then which of the following is necessarily true? Since यहाँ पे अगर आप बहुत अच्छी तरह से इसको ऑब्जर्व करते हैं, there is no, see, x x is x plus y is less than p, and p is greater than z. So can I say x plus y is also greater than z? Yes, this is true. This is true. Yes or no? देखो भाई, x plus y is greater than p and p is greater than z. So what I can say, x plus y, this is also greater than z. This is your answer. This is your answer, my dear friends. Yes. I hope you understood this. अगर आपको समझ में आया होगा तो say yes in a comment box. Say yes in a comment box.